I do hard stuff.
Happy to be that if someone is like emotionally weird or it's only 4 minutes left. That's
My grandmother doesn't come out here to listen to foul language.
Get Liam. He's a bit fired up about it.
Already.
Did you?
No. Yeah.
Two here.
She'd bring a Uno card with a couple of I'll reverse this.
Big tenner yesterday.
Feel sorry for yourself.
No.
Yeah, kids.
Nah, it was like 5 of them. It was like love.
Hello, you right?
This is Ruben.
How are you?
Yeah, for you.
They had horse trials or something on here before that.
Nice boots, that's all.
Oh, yeah.
Brand new. They're very clean.
How's it going?
starting, yeah, I'm starting to get a handle on it. I've been trying to get Google Translate.
Well, we know one participant, but who will be joining Moreton City in the grand final of the 2025 Kappa Pro Series? We'll find out in just a couple of hours' time. A very good evening, everyone, and welcome to Meakin Park for this second semi-final of the competition between Brisbane Roar and Lions FC. James Coughlin behind the mic, ready to bring you all the action on FQTV as we have a cloudy and somewhat miserable Sunday afternoon on the cards for you. Let's run through the two lineups for the sides as they are now out on the pitch ready to play the Roar. It's been an up and down season for this side in the league, but they are on their deepest run in this competition. Can they make it to their first NPL level decider? Well, we'll find out. This is the side that Carl Dodd has gone with this afternoon. The goalkeeper, George Plusman. The captain, 31, Noah Maioroni. 32, Leonard Adderwell. 33, Eddie Ince. 36, Asim Sehovic. 37, Forbes Porter. 42, David Russell. 47, James Durrington. 48, Jackson O'Reilly. 51, Charlie Parkin. And 54, Christian Naveen. Meanwhile, for the visiting Lions FC, they are the defending champions in this competition. And they'll be looking to retain the hat-trick of trophies they won last season as Darren Syme enters the final months of his stint as his senior men's coach. This is a side he has gone with, and it is relatively unchanged from their last outing. The goalkeeper, Cardiff Pond. Trent Millard wearing number 2. 3, Jackson Hart-Phillips. 4, Hashan Ramazani. 5, Tommy Jarrett. 7, Alex Fechner. 8, Mitch Hoare. 9, Andy Pengelly. 10, Joe Duckworth. 11, Luke Broderick. And 30, Jimmy Ontiknap. The only change from Lions' last outing is Broderick in for Jack Skinner, who takes his place on the bench. The Roar in orange and blue going from right to left on your screen. Lions in their all-white away strip. Plenty of connections between these two clubs in recent years as well. We'll take you through those and a whole lot more over the next 90, maybe 120 minutes. And we are underway at Meakin Park, and the Roar will launch it long early. Sehovic back to George Plusnan, the new number 1 at the Roar after Sam Flannery seemingly announced his retirement from football. I wish Sam Flannery well in his future endeavours, but in the meantime it has opened up the opportunity for Plusnan to take over for Carl Dodd's side. And the early shot is rifled off the crossbar. Lions putting the pressure on in these early stages as Plusnan is put to the test, but I'm not sure if he got a finger to that or not. Darrington competing for the header as that one's hoofed forward and may wind up going down as a shot in the official stats. Plenty of power on that one, and probably a little bit closer than we would have been hoping for. Apologies for the technical difficulties. Operator error behind the mic. We're back to live pictures from Meakin Park and can confirm nothing has been missed. Ince going all the way back to his keeper. Dodd flipping the ball up for his left back. Carl Dodd, by now you would no doubt be aware of his exploits as a player. His time as coach at Brisbane City, and now he's running the Raw's youth team. Parkin will calmly play that one back. Plenty of work early for Plusnen. Russell slipping on the surface. It hasn't been raining yet today, but still probably going to be a bit slippery underfoot as Naveen puts a cross into the back post and just a little bit too tall for Porter. It's hoofed clear towards the halfway line. Pengelly looking to hold it up. So for Darrington, and he's tripped up. Chance for Myroney to deliver it in right foot. Low ball towards the back post. Sahovic straight back centrally. And did that go over the line? It's still in play as Russell couldn't find a way through the white wall of Lions kits. And the Raw responding after Broderick had rattled the crossbar early on at the other end of the pitch. Hashan Ramazani, one of the defensive stalwarts for this Lions team since he joined from the Raw Academy. Broderick finding space on the right side, driving for the byline, looking for the cutback, and Pengelly, shot that goes behind. He's appealing for the corner, but nothing given by a referee. He's hoping that one might have come off the hand of George Plusnen. Jared holding strong. Just a bit too much on that one, trying to pick out Alex Fechner as He's enjoying a very profitable season. Fechner in what is his 4th year with the Lions first team. 14 goals in all competitions, 7 in the Kappa Pro Series. And he is closing in on 100 senior appearances for Lions. If he's not there already, I have him at 97. He's getting a chance again as Adderwell pokes that one behind. We have a corner for the visitors. This is the second meeting between, or third meeting, I beg your pardon, between these sides. Second at Meakin Park. They met here 21 days ago as Lions came away with a 2-0 win, courtesy of a Andy Pengelly brace. Penalty just before half-time, and then an open play goal in the second half. Well, David Belongi scored in the 90th minute. Now the corner into the 6-yard box. Plasnan palming that one away. It was over the main group of Lions players at the near post. Ramazani, the option, who couldn't quite get a hold of it. Into the outstretched hand of the Raw shot stopper. Christian Naveen, who has returned to the lineup for this afternoon's game. He's taken the spot of Ivan Ozzie, who is a Lions junior. Went through to the senior team in 2023 at Richlands before moving to the Raw, and even made his A-League debut in round 1 this season against Auckland FC. Darrington gets the ball back after a bit of pinball. Russell plays it out for Naveen. Closely by Millard, and out it goes for a throw-in. Parkin at the edge of the box, held up by Russell. Play it short and intricate. Millard says, try something different. Not that long ago, Millard was wearing Raw colours. He moved down to the Central Coast for a brief spell in their academy, and last year was with Gold Coast Knights. Premiership winner there, Ramazani. Clears it away, falls now for Park and getting it to Mayoroni, and bit off target as he was trying to pick out Darrington. Feathered ball. Finding Adderwell. Searching for options. Mayoroni presents himself, and he almost has his pocket picked by Ontiknap, and confidently trying to play their way. Searching ball out to Naveen in space. He moves into the 18-yard box, cutting back on the right foot, and just showed too much of it to Fechner. Russell putting the pressure on, and Naveen cut out that pass and could have broken quickly for the Raw were it not for the slip from Russell. It's still there though with Myeroni. Time Noah Myeroni's been around, you wouldn't know that he's just 19 years old, a regular feature for Brisbane City for so long. Those players you feel it's closer to an A-League debut than some of the others in this team. In fact, that midfield trio, well, Durrington has already made his A-League debut, but Myeroni and Ince probably aren't too far behind. Naveen just keeping it in, but at the cost of possession for his team. Millard lets that roll out. Nice touch off the Raw. When the passing works, it looks really good, like this build-up for the Raw. It's Porter on the far side, backheel for Durrington to hit first time, and that was always moving away. But the build-up play from the Raw, when those passes stick, it is a lot of fun to watch. Risk reward of that setup. I've seen them get caught out a couple of times, but Porter sliding in and taking it off Hart Phillips, who responds in kind with a well-executed slide tackle of his own. Hart Phillips, another player who spent time with the Raw Academy and is now firmly entrenched himself as the left back for Lions. The current NPL League leading Lions with the extra carrot of a spot in the Australian Championship for the Premiers this season. Shaping up as a hard-fought battle at the top of the league. We had Penn Power and Gold Coast Knights last night in NPL catch-up action. This was originally set to be a standalone weekend when the draw came out, then Mother Nature had other ideas. Penn Power hosted the Gold Coast Knights, and that game finished 2-0 in favour of Power. Goals from Jason McQuarrie, and it wouldn't be a Penn Power match without Nia Joseph getting on the score sheet. The Lions still sitting 4 points clear of Moreton City, 8 points clear of Penn Power and Gold Coast United. Well, they have played one extra game than those two. You can't rule out Gold Coast Knights either, in spite of their dropping points. Hart Phillips unable to keep that one in. Naveen forced to chase that one down. It is adamant that that should have been a Lions throw-in. Not too much support from the rest of his team. Adderwell, he's stepped forward and is now trying to cut it back and too close to Cardiff Pond. Broderick tees off Adderwell, playing it back for Hart Phillips. Looking for the return pass, not forthcoming. An arm wrestle through the first 19 minutes. Couple of chances each way. Broderick going the closest for the visitors, rattling the crossbar in the first 90-odd seconds. Roar have had a few shots goalwards as well, but unable to really trouble Cardiff Pond thus far. Pontic now sends it all the way back to Pond. Another slip from Naveen. A few of these players struggling for footing early on. As it is threatening rain, although it seems like the worst of it will be coming tomorrow. And just looking at the radar, we may have some rain hitting sooner rather than later. The people on the far side might provide a bit of an indication on when that one hits. In the meantime, it's a Lions corner with Dodd just moving to the edge of his seat. Making sure his players have their assignments correct, as it's almost sneaking in at the near post. Midway through the first half, no change to the scoreboard just yet, although I'm sure Pengelly would love to do something about that. First he has to find a way to get on the ball. He had a chance that would have tested his flexibility early on. Myeroni straight through the back of his opposite number, and Lions keeping it moving quickly. Early ball in from Fechner, trying to find the aforementioned Pengelly. Dropping very deep in defence as they stifle a Lions attack that can be incredibly ruthless on their day. As they found out when they met at Luxury Paint Stadium back in late February, round 2 of the NPL season. Sean Carlos, Luke Broderick and Pengelly on the score sheet. Duckworth asking for the free kick. Advantage is played. Finding Naveen. Moving into the Lions half and shrugging off the first challenge, turning away. And Ontiknap is paying the price for that collision. He's still on the ground, and Ince will sportingly roll that ball to the sideline, and the Lions training staff will be required as just missed that one on the replay. Duckworth is asking about the earlier challenge on him, which saw no free kick given, and Pengelly's also asking the question. So for Lions, Kappa Pro Series knockout stage mainstays. 2023, they won their pool with a 4-win, 1-loss record before losing the semi-final to Gold Coast Knights 4-0. That game was pretty well over before Lions could even navigate the traffic. 3 quick-fire early goals for Knights that night. Well, last season, they won it all, taking out their pool with a 5-0 record. Won their quarterfinal against Penn Power. Got a bit of revenge in the semi-final down at the Croatian Sports Centre, defeating Knights before winning the final against Gold Coast United. That was an entertaining game from memory. Broderick with the late winner at Goodwin Park. Just to answer a couple of questions coming through on my phone. Final exact date, time and location still to be determined. It was Broderick in the 85th minute winning that grand final last year, 6 minutes after Fraser Hills had levelled for Gold Coast. And Russell twisting and turning. And that one has gone behind for a corner, and still keeping an eye on Ontiknap in the centre of the box, who's moving a little bit gingerly. Byroney with the outswinging delivery, and Naveen comes short, and it could fall at the back post for Forbes Porter, who really sliced that. Now it's Pond's turn for the up and under. It's headed up by Adderwell as off the fullback's number on his jersey as it falls to the raw. Now the players can reset. Phillips finding Duckworth. That looks like he's moving a bit better now. Millard with the overlapping run, and across in cover was O'Reilly. He'll be brimming with confidence. Jackson O'Reilly scored his first goal of the season on Wednesday night against Eastern Suburbs in the Raws 3-3 draw at Heath Park. Ramazani doing his defensive duty as he's want to do. Porter battling for possession, losing out as Hart Phillips gets back to Ramazani, and just enough on that one to allow Pond to steam off his line and clear it away. Mayoroni asking for an option and actually finds one in the form of Parkin. Broderick now with a chance to hit the afterburners, driving into the box. He's got options for the cutback, or he just takes it himself, and Lions hit the lead on the half-hour mark with a spectacular solo effort from Luke Broderick. And with Plasnan down on his knees, Broderick just rifled that one into the roof of the net and made no mistake. Here's the first goal of the game. Lions 1, Raw 0. Broderick has his 8th goal of the season. Again, trying to exploit the space in behind Raw fullbacks. And successfully this time as Naveen blocks a pass from Ontignap. Being told to stop in his tracks. Millard is going to take the throw in on the halfway line. Naveen given something to chase, but Jared's positioning got in the way. Tommy Jared. He can have one appearance in a Brisbane Raw shirt, although it was a memorable one at that. As a trialist for the Raws friendly with Leeds United down at Seabus Stadium at Robina a few years ago. Now coached by Warren Moon. Duckworth getting plenty of instruction to his fullback. He's large now to push the pace of this match. So we'll search for an equaliser. Broderick calling for the ball in the centre. Instead it goes back as Lions just work their way around the Raw half.
But I don't think it affected how I played. It just felt too slow.
It's like your body composition.
No way.
Back we come for the offside infringement, which it might have been against Fechner for the, well, rather than Duckworth. Darrington now in space, storming forward into the Lions half. He's got Adderwell for support outright. Adderwell through for Porter, and the football took him down in the box there as slippery conditions. Seem to be catching everyone out today. A divot for the groundsman to repair. Trying to play it long for Naveen with no luck this time. Syme on his feet, just issuing some tweaks to his team. We'll get the throw in. Parkin waiting for an option to present itself as eventually just goes short to his captain, Mayoroni. Russell with nothing else on, plays it to Darrington. Now Naveen. They're in a hammer and tongs battle with Millard, and there were calls for a handball, although it would have been a very, very harsh call had that have been awarded based on the position of Ontiknap's arm. Well, definitely struck the arm, but I don't think that could have been given under any interpretation of the law. Mayoroni's got half a dozen options to aim for. Tries to get it to the near post, and Fechner and Pengelly were almost defending each other off that delivery. Go to the replay. O'Reilly, the closest Raw player. And free header for Zahovic, and the Raw have their equaliser. Set pieces pay off for the home side. So 6 minutes after falling behind, the Raw are back on level terms. And it is the big central defender in just his second year of senior football, scoring his first goal for the Raw. Might have been stretching it a little bit to say that the equaliser had been coming for the Raw, but they made their chances count in that sort of situation. And it could be a memorable first senior goal for Asim Zahovic. Clipped in for Russell, and the Raw looking for a second, and they've taken the lead. A quick-fire double. David Russell thought he'd scored it, and For a second, I thought there might have been a false start on the celebration, but it does count as it just looped over Cardiff Pond. And a yellow card has been shown to Fechner in the process as well. I believe it's to Fechner, but geez, blink and you'll miss it. The Raw have gone from 1-0 down to 2-1 up in very, very short order. Well then, 8.5 minutes of chaos here at Meakin Park as we approach half-time. And Jesus, that first goal was seemingly out of the blue. The second one definitely was, as Lions looked like they might have been reeling from that initial concession. Now a huge test for this young Raw side as they find themselves in a very advantageous position. And a change now for Lions, looking at Sean Carlos coming on in at number 12. He will be replacing, I can assume, is the ailing Ontiknap. Handy option to bring off the bench Sean Carlos. And Fechner commit the foul there after the initial coming together. Alrighty, to Naveen. Ramazani's tripped up, tried to work his way through a pair of Raw players. Durrington make his case, although still yet to see that result in a change of mind. Touch from Naveen falls straight to Pengelly. Mayoroni ripped it off the feet of the Lions striker. Touch came off Jared, spotted by the fourth official. If you are just tuning in, this is the second semi-final of the Kappa Pro Series competition, the men's part of the draw for 2025. Norton City will be awaiting the winner of this game. And way too early to suggest this will be the final score. The Raw leading Lions FC 2-1 after Asim Zahovic and David Russell scored at 60 seconds apart. Luke Broderick opened the scoring on the half-hour mark with an absolute rocket from inside the 6-yard box into the roof of the net. We have maybe 4 minutes total until the intermission. Russell again competing well in the air and has won the ball back for his side. Maioroni cutting back on the circle, and Carlos, he'll have to get used to the slippery conditions. And Porter measuring his cross, will curl it in towards Russell. Ramazani first to it, and Adderwell will pick up a yellow card as he's quick to apologise for that challenge on Fechner. Another stoppage for injury now as Fechner has stayed down. It hasn't been an overly malicious game, but plenty of strong challenges. And we can resume. Another minute or so added on to this first half, which has had an eventful last quarter of an hour. Plenty of intriguing one-on-one battles all across the pitch. And Tommy Jarrett trying to steal a few extra metres. Space for Darrington. Doesn't want to challenge Millard's speed, so Fechner has stayed down, and that has to be a concerning sign for Lions, as they've already had to make one injury enforced change in the first half. Well, given that we are now in stoppage time, we'll probably just finish the half with 10 if this is the end of the afternoon for Alex Fechner. You'd hope for a player that has battled injuries throughout his NPL career. It's not anything too severe, but it is another issue for Syme to have to deal with. He's in a lot of discomfort. So while we see him getting treatment, we'll just remind you that there is NPL men's action coming up later this afternoon on Coast United Sunshine Coast Wanderers. That's a 3 p.m. kickoff, and then I'll be back to bring you the action between Olympic and Brisbane City, as those two will get to know each other very well over the next couple of months. First of 4 scheduled meetings, 2 in the league, 1 in the Hahn Australia Cup and the Kappa Queensland Cup semi-final. It is a 6 p.m. kickoff. And Fechner in plenty of discomfort as he will wander off. Now, keeping in mind the substitution window rules, it looks like Lions will in fact try and see out what remains of stoppage time with just the 10 on the pitch. Hopefully it's a speedy recovery for Fechner. Tignap, now Fechner. Broderick, goal scorer for the visitors today, as Parkin had a handful of Broderick's jersey. Jared launches it into the raw half. Collected by Carlos. Millard continuing his battle with Naveen. Parkin there in support, and Joey's squad member, Charlie Parkin, makes the challenge. Now Millard winding up for the long throw. He's got options in the box if he can get the distance on it. He'll try and deliver it this time with his boot. Zani finds Duckworth. He'll hold it across again, looking for Millard, and Naveen shanked it. Did Plusman keep that in? Both over the byline and the edge of the 18-yard box. Officials are happy with it. They're now approaching the 5th minute. Time added on in the first half. And Raw have time for one more attack. They don't want it, and they don't need it as they hold a 2-1 lead over Lions as we hit the halftime break. Plenty of questions for Darren Syme as he's lost 2 players to injury. Jimmy Ontiknap and Alex Fechner exiting early. Luke Broderick, the goal scorer for Lions. Asim Sahovic and David Russell for the Raw. We're going to step away for the halftime break and be back with the second half after these messages.
In 2014, when ISIS attacked our country, we faced a lot of trauma. ISIS took me and my family, and they killed a lot of people. Thousands of people are still missing, so we had to leave. We had no choice. Me and my family, we were with ISIS for 20 months. We just had to leave. We had no choice. My cousin and my sister, they sent someone over there to help us escape, and he came with a van, just like a small van. 31 people, we all got into one van. It was very hard. We were all over each other. We drove lights off so no one can see us in that village. We were just hoping to get to a safe place. We were just telling ourselves they will see us, they will find us, because ISIS were everywhere around us. When first arriving in Australia, obviously new country, new place, new life, I felt like I was a newborn to this world. It was very hard for me. I didn't have any friends. I didn't know where to go. I couldn't speak the language. That was probably one of the hardest things for me. I felt lonely. Later on, I told myself, I just have to get up and I just have to find somewhere. Find friends, just go on street, walk everywhere, find people, talk to them, even if I don't know how to speak, just keep working hard. So I started school. When I arrived in Australia in 2018 at Harristown State High School, one of my football academy coaches, he told me, Yachin, you should become a referee. And I was doing a few school games and picking up the flag and running the lines, and he told me, there's a course here in Toomba if you want to do it. Woke up that morning, should I do, should I not, should I do it or not? I just had to make a choice. The course was like starting at 9 o'clock, and I woke up at 10 o'clock, knocked on the door. Hello, who is this? I've registered, sorry, I know I'm late, but I want to become a referee, I want to do this. Once I start the course, obviously that moment changed my mind. I was telling myself, why did I have to not to come here? Why did I have to be 1 hour late? Changed my mind, absolutely. Changed my life. I was feeling safe there, sitting by 25 people around me, talking to me in a very nice way. I was very excited. Refereeing 100% helped me to become more confident and building leadership. My life has changed a lot. Before I start, just the biggest thing is we have to look professional. We have to trust ourselves, believe in each other when we are making a call. If you make a call, just be confident, just make it, okay? We need to believe in each other as well. We are a team out there, we need to look professional and have a good game. Sounds good? No worries. Let's do this. I'm feeling more comfortable, more safer. I've met a lot of kind people. They always help me and support me. I absolutely love refereeing and it changed my life. I really enjoy it and I don't do it for money. I just do it because I enjoy it. I do it because I have a lot of people behind the scenes. They help me and support me.
What makes Sully Sully is probably just, how energetic he is, how hard he wants to work for what he wants and everything like that, He fights hard for who he cares about and what he likes and what he enjoys. So when you get in Sully's close bubble, you really get to see him grow as a person and how much he enjoys hanging out with people and doing different things, no matter where you are. You always have a good time with Sully.
I think it was like 2 years ago. I was standing up just there, and I had my friends, Nat and others who were sitting beside me, and they were telling me, will we see you one day repping on this pitch? And I told them, yeah, maybe, hopefully. And see, here we are now.
Yeah, true, maybe.
Here we are. So since I've become a referee, first year, I just keep working really hard. And I won an award the first year. On my second year, I got onto the FK Academy for 2 years. And then after that, I won the referee of the year in Darling Downs. And I refereed the Darling Downs Grand Final and went to the National Youth Championship. So big steps for me. And obviously, I want to keep growing and keep building that trust. And I'm always confident when I referee. I take every opportunity that I've been given, and I always take it no matter what opportunities I have. And I definitely want to go further. I want to become an A-League referee one day. I know it takes time. It doesn't matter if it's tomorrow, 1 month later, one year, 5 years later. I want to keep building my trust and confidence and get there. One advice I could give to people is never give up. Just keep working hard. Life is hard, but you have to work hard for it. Don't give up no matter what you do. Just keep trust in yourself, keep building trust in yourself. Take opportunities and do it, because if I've done it, I know how it feels. It was very hard for me at the beginning. I've done it, I know I can do it, I know others can do it as well.
Industries is proud to be the official shelter and grandstands partner of Football Queensland. Felton offers a range of premium aluminium grandstands, from elite portable spectator seating to soccer team shelters for players and coaches. Give your fans the best view of the game with Felton's comfortable spectator seating. with sun-safe shelters or powder-coated in your team colours. Whatever your club needs, Felton has a high-quality, low-maintenance seating option to suit. We are the pioneers in Australian-made grandstands and team shelters. Contact Felton today on 1800 834 016 or visit felton.net.au.
One, two, three!
Welcome back, everybody, to the second half of the 2025 Kappa Pro Series, second semi-final between Brisbane Roar and Lions FC. James Coughlin in the commentary booth, bringing you all the action from Meakin Park. Roar leading 2-1, courtesy of Asim Sehovic and David Russell. And the visitors have had a second change to their team, forced through injury, with Alex Fechner officially withdrawn at halftime. Coming on in his place is Jack Skinner. And he will take up station on the left flank, and if you watched him throughout his NPL career, you'd know how dangerous he can be cutting back onto that right foot. It's a big test for this Raw side under Carl Dodd. They'll be under plenty of pressure as they have to defend this very early free kick, which will be swung in by Duckworth. Goes towards the near post, just too tall for Hart Phillips. Ince is out of the 18-yard box towards the sideline. Durrington holding position, and Duckworth gets for the free kick. Lions continuing their discussions with the officiating team. So it's still on the bench for Lions. 16 Jake Minnett, 18 Emmett Shaw, 19 Pranav Vallab, and the reserve goalkeeper Luke Borean. Still a couple of options for Darren Syme if he needs to change things up as this match goes on. Knowing full well there is the potential for extra time if it does finish level after 90 minutes. Free kick earned by Porter for the Raw. Well, this is their first semi-final since the 2021 NPL season, where they hosted Olympic at Goodwin Park. We're down 3-0 on the night. And they have to see out the next 42 minutes plus stoppages against a rampant Lions side who can score from just about anywhere and with anyone in their team. O'Reilly has had an effective game so far in partnership with Sehovic. Naveen unable to keep that one in. Hart Phillips to look it around, finding Ramazani, and he'll ping that one across the halfway line. Curling ball towards Pengelly, just out of reach for the striker. And a warning sign for Pond and company, as that was centimetres away from being turned in by Pengelly. It was just at an awkward height. Quite high enough to go for the header and a bit too high for Pengelly to get a boot on. Carlos dispossessed by O'Reilly. Carlos earns his side a throw in as it's played out by Parkin. Ramazani finding space. He's got Skinner out wide, as watched closely by Adderwell, who's on a yellow card after picking up a booking for the challenge that injured Alex Fechner in the first half. Not that that would have been his intention, but strong collision between the defender and Fechner. It's a big blow for Lions to lose Fechner. 7 goals in the Kappa Pro Series this season. Ramazani escaping the first challenge over for Jared. Miller. Back Lions just enjoying a spell of possession. The Raw again sitting very deep. Everyone behind the ball, not pressuring the players in white when they have the ball on the halfway line, but now they've found a way in behind Adderwell. Cross comes in towards the back post and too tall for Broderick. For the Raw, this is their first Kappa Pro Series semi-final. In 2023, they finished second in Pool B, 3 wins, 1 draw, 1 defeat. That, of course, was only the group winners advanced to the semi-finals last year. They were 5th in Pool B, despite winning 2 and losing 3. Skinner, to the chagrin of Dodd, gives it away and off the post and wide. Lions close to an equaliser. Just didn't sit. I believe it was Pengelly. Possibly it would have been Mitch Hall. Either way, goal kick to the Raw, taken short. And they'll once again try to play their way out from deep in their own half, and it's turned over. Duckworth finding space, now trying to slide it through for Broderick. Durrington, first touch inside, finding Maironi. Carlos trying to close them down, forcing them to play it backwards. Plusden. Up to the halfway as he's falling over. Ramazani commanding in the one-on-one battle. Porter out for Russell. for Naveen. Not enough power on it. Actually, it found its way to Naveen and calls for the handball. Add that to the tally of slips this afternoon. Going both ways, it has to be said. Shrugs off Myeroni. Wide for Roderick, who is fouled by Parkin. So Duckworth again to deliver into the box. Clear and obvious target to aim for. We know Pengelly is proficient in the air, and it's instead Jared at the back post, and again another chance goes begging for Lions as they continue to push for the equaliser. That one came off the post, and now the Raw looking to go down the other end. Duckworth shoves Porter off the ball. Duckworth tracking back admirably. Pengelly's got space in the middle. If Hart Phillips can find him with the ball through. Here is Pengelly, the touch. Too heavy. And it allowed the covering defender, O'Reilly, to get across. And the pace of this game is starting to pick up as we approach the hour mark. Hart Phillips measured that one well, and just hasn't quite stuck the way it normally does for Pengelly this afternoon. Plenty of bodies around Plusnen for this in-swinging delivery towards the back post, and Plusnen with the haymaker to send that one flying out of the 18-yard box. Darrington. Russell is, he has no luck against Jared. Despite the calls for offside, Broderick, he's on. Skinner trying to fashion space for the shot. Ball doesn't quite stick for him. He'll play it out for Millard, who'll play it back first time. O'Reilly using his left foot to just play it over the sideline, and Millard has to hop the fence again. Skinner inside, and again a heavy touch. Allows Myeroni to take possession back for the home side. And Russell get played into space, and he might be able to see off Jared here. He's got Porter in support. It's 2-on-3 for the Raw. Russell goes himself and just sprays it wide. David Russell is getting more and more involved in this game as it goes on, as it hasn't been the easiest afternoons for the Lions Central defenders, as the former Kingscliff Wolves player, plenty of to think about, as now Jackson O'Reilly is down on the halfway line receiving treatment. Sahovic and Majoroni deep in conversation. There it's a game that seems like it might come at a cost for whichever team does win. And the clock is stopped as O'Reilly exits the pitch on the far side. Dodd just ensuring his players are aware of their responsibilities. So Naveen's dropping to left back for the time being, and Parkin shifting inside one, or is it Eddie Ince dropping to centre back? Doesn't matter, O'Reilly's back on the pitch, so we're all restored to their full complement of players. Hoare back for Ramazani. He can hit them from range, although that wasn't a textbook strike from Lions number 4. Scored a wonder goal against Olympic from that sort of range in 2023. Can Lions unlock this raw defence? Broderick broke through with a solo effort, but he's just given it away now. Russell straight through the middle. Russell into the 18-yard box and in cover again. Tommy Jarrod. Great work by the central defender. Russell would have been imagining a brace possibly. And did that one stay in? It appears as though it did. And not a whole lot of movement ahead of Jarrod and Ramazani, as Lions players are basically all in a line trying to find a gap in what has been a well-organised raw defence. Dodd looks like he's going to his bench at the next break in play. Butler, I believe, is the player who'll be getting called on in 46. The super sub, Caleb Butler. Well, for now, it's defensive duty for the Roar, and Sahovic accepts that cross. Millard under pressure plays it over the sideline, and we'll have the first change of the day for the Roar. Pearson Kasawaya also coming on in at number 14. For Christian Naveen. Kasawaya is nominally a left back, but looks like he'll play on the wing for now. Butler, I think, has come on for Porter. Fresh legs on each wing. Oh, excellent first touch, Skinner. And his pass just not able to find its target. And Russell now, he's got to step on Ramazani as he tries to cut back, but touch was too heavy, allowing Hart Phillips to take the ball back for the visitors. Butler in space, which is quickly closed down by Duckworth. Maironi running Ince. And a heavy touch could be pounced on by Skinner. He's got Pengelly if he wants him, or Skinner might opt to go himself. Heavy touch. He's recovered by Skinner, but not on the second attempt. Annawell is collected late, and just a warning for Mitch Hall. It's safe going back, and now we're on by Adewell, finding Butler, tries to square it for Russell, and Ramazani had to get in the way. As the Raw starting to enjoy a bit of dominance. Leap from Adewell. Had springs in his boots. So every Lions player is now back in the 18-yard box, defending this corner from Maironi. Held towards the back post for Russell. Thought about the shot. Instead, he'll deliver it himself to the back post and on the other side. And Kasawaya tries to get a head on it unsuccessfully. Not sure if the rain that was on the radar has hit just yet. Don't see too many umbrellas on the far side. We did have late drama in the semi-final last night. Mountain City 3-2 winners over a gallant Brisbane Strikers who thought they had equalised in second half stoppage time, only for it to be ruled out for offside. After about a 45-second delay, no one was really sure what to do. Mountain City make another final under the stewardship of Cam Miller. It'll be a similar matchup to the 2024 NPL Grand Final, or Mountain City taking on the Raw. Still some time for madness to happen here, including testing corner to the near post, which Russell headed behind. So another set piece opportunity for Lions. Deeper delivery this time at the back post. Plusnen winds up on the ground. We'll see what the replay tells us about that one. And Hart Phillips was judged to have committed the foul. And it looks like the Liberal freedom over where free kicks and throw-ins are taken has finally been brought to an end. And Myeroni, heavy tackle, and that's going to see the Raw captain go into the notebook. The Lions might have felt like they could have had an advantage coming out of that. Second Raw player to be booked this afternoon. Yellow card, I believe. And a red card has been shown to one of the Lions assistants. Or is that Luke Borean who has just been sent off? So, quickfire double yellow card for Luke Borean has seen him sent off without actually taking to the pitch. What else is going to happen this afternoon? That is a first for me. Right now back to the action inside the lines. And now I'm just curious what Luke Borean said to earn 2 yellow cards. Probably won't be one for the Respect the Referees highlight reel. And now, change coming up for Lions, and Emmett Shaw. As he comes on for his 12th appearance of the season. He scored a brace in round 2 of the Kappa Pro Series. That win over Lions. Skinner with the second ball after the header from Carlos. And now the umbrellas are out on the far side as well, so wet weather finish. Now Carlos closing it down, shot is blocked. Hart Phillips gets on the rebound. Called in by Hart Phillips. It could fall for Pengelly, and he makes no mistake. Mr. Inevitable Andy Pengelly equalises for Lions. And it was all chaotic in the box. You felt like it might have been coming, and the Raw just unable to clear their lines. And Pengelly gets his goal for the match. This game gets a whole lot more interesting. Millard is greeted as he returns to the bench. Adderwell with a handful of jersey, and gives away a threatening free kick. Duckworth's delivery will make plenty of defences nervous. Towards the post, and will handle a threat this time. Hall slides it through for Skinner from the tight angle. He'll look for the cutback, and Plusnen up to the challenge. Maroney now sliding it through. Can the Raw find a response? It's to the back post. Casawaya sliding in. And from one end of the pitch to the other. Pass from Maroney to Russell, and was that the moment for the Raw to restore their lead? Will we have a breakthrough in the next 14 or so minutes, or 14 or so minutes? This game is finally poised between Lions and the Raw. Over the top. Down it goes to Plusnen. Just flipped over the top. It could break for Lions now. Pengelly trying to work his way through the Raw. Closing him out. And he could get another chance again. Out wide for Broderick, weaving through the Raw defence. Broderick deflected on the way through, and it's taken by Plusnen. Ramazani now going for a run as Russell tries to slow him down to no avail. Hall watched closely by Maroney. Both sides fizzing the ball around on surface. It's getting slicker by the minute. Good day for Lions to be in all white as the rain comes down. Sure, the substitute quite on the same page as his teammates. again trying to play their way out of their own half, and a kick given away against Butler as he went in on Duckworth. And Syme is up protesting that decision. Duckworth drives it into the box. Parkin only find Shaw. He'll take the shot, which is blocked by Ince. Lions throw in. Skinner moving to the byline, watched by Attewell. That could have gone very wrong for Attewell, but avoided contact when he slid in. Crossing from Hart Phillips, too tall for the target. Raw clear their lines. Here come Lions again, though. It's been a seesawing contest so far, and another set piece for the visitors. We have a winner in the next 10 minutes. Headed by Jarrett on the follow-up and tipped over the bar. Was it by Plusden, or did it just go over from Hoare's header? I think it's another corner for Lions. Let's go to the replay. And touched by youngster George Plusden. Not a whole lot of subtlety to Lions strategy from this corner. Get as many bodies as they can around the 17-year-old Plusden. Header won by Shaw, but unable to direct it back across the face of goal for a teammate. Kasawaya able to get the second ball. He's got Russell and Butler in the middle, but the sliding challenge from Shaw was able to get enough on the ball to direct it towards Pond instead of a far more dangerous option from a Lions perspective. Hart Phillips making the overlapping run. Attewell trying to keep it in. Hart Phillips brilliantly, and it could fall for Hall from close range, and Pengelly buries a chance. He's got a double, and it was all set up by Jackson Hart Phillips and Mitch Hoare. Lions take the lead late on. And clever work from Hoare to capitalise on the rebound. And 10 minutes after scoring the equaliser, Pengelly has put Lions ahead. Let's go for break time for the Roar as Eddie Ince and David Russell are withdrawn. As Ivan Ozzie, the Lions junior, and David Belongi signed from Gold Coast Knights, come on. He did score a 90th minute goal against Lions 3 weeks ago here at Meakin Park. We'll have another 90th minute goal. And that rain is just getting heavier and heavier. So a quick switch there from Dodd as Butler and Belongi swap positions. 5 minutes plus for the Raw to find an equaliser, and you're looking at 4 or 5 minutes of time added on. Probably not what Myroney had in mind, but and Skinner and Sahovic both pulling out of that challenge that both had their rights to go for. Myroney wants it forward and Hart Phillips helps it back to Pond. And Adderwell looking around, decides Pleasant is the best option for him. Just nod it back. No panic yet in this Raw team. Lions possibly going to be a few teams to go perfect through the Kappa Pro Series if they can hang on here on all 5 of their pool matches. Defeating Wolves, Southwest Queensland, Redlands, St George, Strikers in their pool for a 2-1 win over Sunshine Coast in their quarter-final. Myroney. Near post delivery and Aussie unable to get his head on it. Free kick given for the foul by Ivan Aussie. Pond given the hurry up. And Pond is probably going to have to tread a little bit carefully here with Luke Borean, the reserve goalkeeper, sent off with consecutive yellow cards for dissent. Out wide for Belongi, but Ramazani read that beautifully, and he's now going to venture forward. And covered by Hart Phillips. Pengeli, whose braces proved to be the difference in the second half. Pushed them all the way, but pass from Plusnen. Right, finding its intended target, and no rush for Hart Phillips. Now, at the discretion of the officiating team. Ramazani just launches it forward. Aussie, a little nudge on Duckworth. And he'll have to find a way to score an equaliser, but first they've got to see off this threat from Skinner into the box, trying to square it for Pengeli. Could have been oh so close if it not for the intervention of Serhovic. Carlos trying to hold it in and does very well to win the corner off Adderwell. Smart work from Sean Carlos. The Lions know they are minutes away from another Kappa Pro Series Grand Final appearances. And just another Grand Final appearance as well. And they don't have to do a whole lot about it now. Just hold it in the corner for as long as possible. Throw in Lions. Last touch off Butler. And back to the corner. They go, just holding it up. Raw back defending in numbers. Last touch off Lions. It's turned over. Oh, and just clipped forward into the 18-yard box as Broderick try and go for the corner. We'll need it down the other end of the pitch. Maioroni sends it forward. Aussie holding it up. Trying to get it to Kasawaya, but Shaw read that one like a book. And for Pengeli, does he want to go for the corner now? He does with Shaw. Parkin battling for the ball, winning it back for the Raw. These two clubs with intertwined history have just played out a gripping semi-final, 3-2 to Lions, just like it was for Moreton City last night. And the two teams that competed in the 2024 NPL Grand Final will meet in the 2025 Kappa Pro Series Grand Final later this month. Final score, Brisbane Roar 2, Lions 3. I'm James Coghlan. Thank you very much for your company this afternoon. We'll see you at 6 p.m. for Olympic Brisbane City on FQTV. Goodbye.